Hello, my name is Kelvin Takar, and I'm the VP of Sales at Edisoft. It is with great pleasure that I welcome all of you to our webinar titled 5 Key Reasons to Invest in Edisoft's Integrated EDI Solution and Remote Warehouse Solution for Sage ACPAC ERP. Today our special guest is Michelle Belanger from Article Inc. Before we begin today's session, I wanted to address some minor housekeeping issues. Firstly, I would ask all participants to keep their audio on mute for the duration of this webinar. In the last 5 minutes, we will be prepared to take questions, and I would ask you to send them via the chat screen available on GoToMeeting. We will do our best to answer questions in the remaining 5 minutes of this webinar. In advance of hearing directly from Michelle at Article Inc., I will take about 10 to 15 minutes to familiarize you with the products and services from Edisoft, as well as what method we are employing to integrate with Sage ACPAC ERP. I will also list the key benefits delivered as a result of Edisoft's method of integration, which is via the API or Application Programming Interface. Edisoft has been the #1 choice in integrated EDI solutions since 1995. Based on our design philosophy of providing EDI solutions that deliver end-to-end order management and order fulfillment automation for a wide range of ERP applications. I will begin by describing Edisoft's Merchant Suite for Sage ACPAC ERP. Currently, the Sage ACPAC offering from Edisoft is compatible with current versions of Sage ACPAC ERP applications, version 5.4, 5.5, and 5.6. Within Merchant, we have a communication module, translation module, and integration out of the box via the API. The integration is done through the order entry module in Sage ACPAC ERP. In addition, the suite itself is multi-user and multi-company in terms of licensing. The communication module itself supports multiple network protocols, such as AS2, FTP, and a number of proprietary band communication protocols. In addition, we have an ASN module that integrates directly with the Merchant Suite, which is designed to optimize the various stages of ERP order picking, packing, and shipping in the warehouse. The ASN module includes best practices as a workflow and has configurable packing rules to speed up ASN creation and the printing of GS1 labels out of the box. In addition, there's out-of-the-box connectors for carrier management solutions, such as Starship, LinkShip, which would result in the elimination of having to key shipment-related data, such as carrier ID, waybill number, and freight amounts. In addition, we have an integrated remote warehouse module that supports 940, 945 specifications. We also have over 1,700 trading partner kits and GS1 compliant labels, as well as .com packing slips for specific trading partners such as Walmart, Home Depot, Kroger, and Amazon.com, as well as many others. At this time, what I'm going to do is review some of the key benefits of Edisoft's method of integration, which is really a differentiation that we offer to the Sage ACPAC community. Some of the key benefits include built-in optimization of ERP business rules within the Merchant Suite that specifically are congruent with the order management and fulfillment process. This reduces integration complexity and the associated costs with software customizations. We also provide out-of-the-box optimization of the ERP business rules and the trading partner requirements, ensuring the order management process is streamlined to avoid EDI penalties and chargebacks. Most importantly is we focus on the elimination of rekeying of all order data between the EDI system and the remote warehouse. There is no manual data entry involved for any Sage ACPAC ERP sales orders, regardless of whether those orders actually are EDI or manually keyed into ACPAC. Furthermore, another important benefit is the elimination of workflow and staff redundancies, since all sales orders entered in the order entry module of ACPAC, regardless of their source, such as EDI, mobile devices, CRM, or even those that are manually keyed into the ACPAC database, can be automatically transmitted via EDI to your 3PL. Furthermore, Edisoft offers complete control over transaction costs, as an IT team can choose the type of communication protocol with the 3PL. Choices include FTP, AS2, or by a proprietary VAN protocol. The native API integration also means real-time price comparison between the ACPAC price list set up in the database and the prices denoted in any incoming EDI order. This also includes the ability to detect and notify users of specific price variances as they're set up in the Sage ACPAC ERP application. Additional benefits include the remote warehouse integration, where the API that we're leveraging automatically pulls order detail as per the 940-945 specifications. This will ensure complete EDI compliancy as well as order integrity and accuracy. The solution itself scales with your needs, can support single or multiple warehouses. Finally, Edisoft also offers the ability to eliminate ERP integration risks and avoid costly customizations. Now, prior to hearing directly from Michelle at Article Inc., I'm going to take a few moments to give the audience an understanding of Edisoft's 3PL solution architecture. The diagram that you see right now represents a combination of products from Edisoft, but primarily how the architecture works with our 3PL solution. The 940 document itself is a request to ship, fulfill product from the supplier that directs the supplier's remote warehouse to ship an order, and this particular document can be populated with order shipment details. The 945 is a shipment advice and is sent back from the 3PL to the supplier and can be populated with relevant packing information that will enable the supplier to generate either or both an ASN 856 or an 810 invoice. The 940 provides the necessary order information required for a 3PL to pick, pack, and ship. Once a third-party warehouse has completed the picking, packing, and is prepared to send the shipment, it in turn sends a 945 back to Article Inc., where Article Inc., as an example of a customer, would receive the required packing structure, which is necessary for the sending of an ASN 856. For those of you unfamiliar with an ASN 856 EDI document, it is a requirement for some retailers who wish to know in advance details related to the goods being shipped to them. Specific details such as packing structure, which can be referenced through SOPI, which stands for shipment, order, pack, and item, includes information such as details on how many items are in a carton, as well as how many cartons to a box or pallet, and is used by a retailer to better manage their inventory at the store level. Now we'll talk more specifically about the features of the Edisoft Remote Warehouse module itself. Some of those key functions of the Remote Warehouse provides EDI compliant and error-free communication with one or multiple 3PLs, complete visibility into the Remote Warehouse pick, pack, and ship function. Equally important, there is the automatic generation of the 940 warehouse order from the 850 document, and there's absolutely no rekeying of data. Furthermore, automatically through merchant, you can send an invoice from the detail on the 945. Again, there's absolutely no rekeying of data. Now, it's probably important to point out at this point that the Remote Warehouse module is a turnkey configurable software module that utilizes the existing communication, translation, and integration capabilities within the merchant software and supports the functionality associated with the exchange of 940, 945 EDI documents. Given that merchant is integrated via the Sage ACPAC ERP API, it is important to point out that merchant is able to transmit and receive ACPAC sales order information required for the 940 and 945, eliminating the rekeying order data between the supplier and the remote warehouse or 3PL, while also conforming to the business rules of the ERP, EDI order management, and order fulfillment process. In addition, the remote warehouse module can be configured out of the box for multiple warehouses, where each warehouse has different or unique 940, 945 specifications. Now, to help you better understand the flexibility of Edisoft's remote warehouse module, I will describe two different applications of the Edisoft remote warehouse module. In the diagram on the screen right now, you can see option 1 and option 2 in red. The remote warehouse module can be deployed where a supplier has outsourced the creation of the ASN 856 EDI document and the printing of GS1 standard labels to their 3PL. It can also be deployed where a supplier elects to have an ASN 856 EDI document created and sent through their own systems or in-house systems. The GS1 labels can be generated by the supplier and then sent in PDF format to the 3PL, where the labels are printed and attached to outgoing shipments. So you've got either one of those options available through Edisoft's remote warehouse module. Furthermore, the remote warehouse solution can also be used to automate the sending and receiving of order information between a supplier and a 3PL, even where the orders have been entered into the Sage ACPAC ERP sales order module via CRM, mobile devices, as well as from a Sage ACPAC web store. Now at this time, what I'm going to do is just go briefly over the context of the solution architecture that is in place with Article Inc. The trading partners you see on the screen right now are not necessarily representative of those trading partners that Article Inc. is working with. They're simply put on this diagram as examples. Trading partner would be able to send an 850. They would also receive an 810. Those EDI documents that would pass through some sort of value-added network service, or if it's Walmart, would be communicated via AS2. Merchant itself includes communication, translation, and integration. The files would be downloaded or uploaded using the communication module. Merchant would translate them accordingly. The order information would then be posted to the Sage ACPAC ERP application, basically ensuring data accuracy and data integrity. That particular order detail would then be sent by the remote warehouse module to the third-party logistics warehouse. And there, the third-party logistics warehouse would be able to exchange the necessary documentation, which is the 940, 945, to pick, pack, and ship the orders and act as a third-party logistics warehouse on behalf of an organization such as Article Inc. So in providing that brief summary and presenting this particular solution architecture diagram, at this time, what I'm going to do is introduce you to Michelle Belanger, and look forward to having her describe some of the benefits that her organization's experienced with the Edisoft solution. And Michelle, if you could maybe introduce yourself and also provide some background for the audience, that would be terrific.
Hi, Calvin. My name is Michelle Belanger. I am the Logistics and Compliance Manager with Article Inc. I've been here for approximately 10 years, and I manage all aspects of supply chain, accounts receivable, logistics, EDI, AR, and product compliance, as well as I manage the operations as it relates to our customers in our remote 3PL warehouses. Article Inc. is a designer, wholesaler, and distributor of premium private label decorative housewares for large multi-store retailers across the United States and Canada. We've been in operation since about 1998, and we have 10 internal staff members responsible for supporting, managing, and operating various aspects of our company and business as a whole.
That's great, Michelle. And if you could share with the audience, how long have you been with Edisoft in terms of our partnership?
We've been with Edisoft just over 10 years.
Great. And for the audience, if you can share with them the products that you're currently using.
Okay. Currently, we're using Edisoft Merchant 4.0 and Sage ACPAC ERP.
Okay, and as part of that, it's probably important for the audience to be aware that you're using the remote warehouse module, and
Yes.
you're utilizing that for, or you will have the ability to utilize that for different 3PLs.
Exactly. We're currently using it for 2 3PLs, with a third coming aboard as we speak.
Great, great. So at this time, maybe you could delve into some of your previous experiences with EDI before you started using Edisoft's integrated solution, and that'll help the audience maybe understand how integrated EDI has been helpful.
Okay. So when I started with the company, neither the company nor I had previous experience with EDI. When I started, we were just beginning to implement it. And when it was implemented, it was obviously a new learning curve company-wide. Previous to EDI, all orders were received in by fax and manually entered on both the inbound and the outbound. Throughout our relationship with Edisoft, we've upgraded our accounting software and our EDI systems a number of times to be able to accommodate the growth and customer change requirements. And I can say that all updates were completed on time and with minimal issues to disruption to our business. Additionally, when we started with Merchant Express, was what the original solution was called. And since over time it's grown and our requirements have required us to move up to Edisoft Merchant with the warehouse solution.
And Michelle, when you were going through this process, it can help maybe the participants to understand what type of criteria you used and maybe some of the benefits you were looking for from an EDI solution.
Okay. Well, primarily it was to meet our clients' EDI document requirements. All of our, a large chunk of our customers began moving to EDI as a mandatory solution to continue doing business. And then we were looking at cost. The software had to be user-friendly, and the ability to increase order process productivity, as well as cost effectiveness through automation, elimination of paper purchase orders, invoices. We wanted to increase the accuracy of our order entry for better document management and increase the order fulfillment accuracy with our warehouses through the automated order files. Previous to the warehouse module, we were using Excel flat files to send to our warehouse, or tab delimited files to send to our warehouse, and they would upload those into our EDI system. So now we've made it mandatory to move over to the 940, 945 documents for all warehouses.
And in terms of some of the features, I mean, maybe you can highlight what were critical features for you when you were looking for the EDI solution that would work well in your environment.
Our primary feature requirement was to comply with the various customer requirements. Most of our trading partners, like I said earlier, made EDI trading mandatory, so we needed a solution that was cost-effective and had a record of good support services and training that could meet all of the customer requirements, and a system that was able to make our records seamless with our accounting systems. Excuse me. Additionally, it was imperative to find a solution that freed up the time of our customer service staff so that we could direct energy into various other value-added activities. So with the elimination of data entry, this allowed us to focus on improving our customer relationships through troubleshooting cause and effect on various issues, increasing service levels, and focusing on our core activities that allowed us to give personal attention to each customer. An added value was the reduction of our carbon footprint in relation to reduction in excess paper and toner usage, etc. So it was a small little bonus.
Which is great. I mean, one aspect I guess we frequently forget is the impact on the environment. So I'm glad you emphasized that particular point. In addition, maybe this is an opportunity also to quantify, if possible, how much time you might have been able to save when it came down to automating the order entry of the incoming EDI orders. Can you share that with the audience today, just to give them a sense of an estimate?
The average amount of time that would have been spent rekeying order information for our 3PLs was approximately 35 hours a week, if not more, give or take, during peak seasons. And that was entering orders into Sage ACPAC ERP, and then an additional 10 hours a week spent rekeying order information for the 3PLs. So as I mentioned, everything would have to be translated into an Excel flat file or a tab delimited flat file, and that would actually have to be manually manipulated to be able to meet our customer requirements.
So it's probably safe to say that as you've increased the number of 3PLs you're working with,
Mm-hmm.
there has been an exceptionally good return in terms of scale.
Absolutely.
Okay. And can you maybe help us understand what were some of the key reasons that you selected Edisoft as your EDI solution of choice?
Mm-hmm. We absolutely spent a large amount of time researching EDI services, and Edisoft came very highly recommended. We were moving over from a simply accounting platform to the Sage ACPAC, and so they were recommended by CA+. They spent when we initially started our relationship with Edisoft, they spent a large amount of time reviewing our requirements, educating us on the software and all of its possibilities, and gave us a number of hours of uninterrupted group training. So everybody from senior management through to customer service level staff that would be having any type of interaction with the software were fully trained by EDI technicians.
Now, one of the things, Michelle, you and I had talked about too, that isn't that quite obvious from the fact we offer integrated EDI solutions, is perhaps maybe you can highlight some of the benefits around non-EDI orders. Because it's not, one of the things we do allow for is any order out of ACPAC can actually be sent through the remote warehouse. And I think that was an area in terms of automation that you were able to take advantage of.
Absolutely. A number of our customers are what we would consider sell-off customers, so they're not EDI capable, but they will send us a fax order for taking blanket purchase of discontinued stock in our warehouse locations. So to be able to send that file to the warehouse, it actually is a huge benefit to be able to receive those orders in through merchant.
Now I'm going to, sorry.
I'm sorry?
Now I'm going to ask you the next question here. My apologies. Were you finished with that, or did I?
That's okay. I was just going to say that we're able to translate those orders to our warehouse. They don't necessarily have to come in through EDI or through an EDI trading partner, but we are able to send them to our warehouse through the remote warehouse module.
Okay. I just wanted to mention to Michelle, if you moved away from the mic a little bit, your voice just dropped. That's why I was having a hard time hearing earlier. But
I'm sorry, is that better?
Yeah, that is much better. Thank you so much. Now, maybe we can explore what some of the unexpected benefits have been as a result of bringing Edisoft in-house.
It'll definitely give us a clear understanding of how data is created for each specific document and given us a better understanding of the EDI process. So we're now able to actually go ahead and make recommendations to trading partners for more efficient solutions through EDI integrations. So we've actually been able to recommend with our existing customers that are non-EDI related, we've been able to show them the benefits of EDI and been able to get them to move on board to streamline their processes as well.
Now, this is going to be somewhat of a hard question to answer, but can you give a sense of how much money you've been able to save, or Article Inc. has been able to save by using Edisoft compared to your old solution?
Absolutely. I can't unfortunately give you a dollar figure, but I can tell you that it's the equivalent of about 45 salary hours a week.
And is there some equivalency? Because I know, when you and I were chatting earlier in terms of customer service positions, maybe some detail.
Yeah. It's about the minimum of about 45 hours of a customer service position a week.
Okay, wonderful. And maybe this will bring me to, the remaining question here, because as I look at the time, we're running into the half hour. What would you share with other customers if they were to call you and ask about Edisoft?
I would say that Edisoft is not just a service or a software provider. They've taken the time to get to know our business and established a coveted business relationship with us. Whenever we're working on projects, there's a real team mentality where both sides are eager and motivated to achieve the same goals.
That is terrific, Michelle. I really appreciate that. Certainly want to thank you for participating in the question and answers. What I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to ask for participants to send questions through the chat screen in GoToMeeting. And then, Michelle, as I get those questions, what I will do is I will raise them with you. And then the audience will have an opportunity to hear some more detail about your experiences with the Edisoft product.
Okay.
So we'll take a few moments and allow the questions to come through the GoToMeeting chat screen, and then we'll continue our discussions. I've got a question already, Michelle, and I'll pose this to you. Can you give us an idea of the immediate cost benefit you experienced as a result of the combined EDI and remote warehouse solution? So maybe it's a matter of going back in time with the initial 3PL you started working with.
Mm-hmm. The immediate cost benefit, I would say, is definitely generated from salary savings from not having to enter the orders manually. Additionally, there's a large amount of cost savings when it comes to compliance charges. So ensuring that orders are filled accurately. Whenever anything's manually entered, or even with the flat file process, there's some sort of manual manipulation within that process. There's always risk for error, human error. And what the warehouse module does is it eliminates that error. And we've actually seen a quite drastic drop, I would say, around the $20,000 to $25,000 mark in compliance charges reduced annually. And then you can add on top of that savings in salary, paper, toner usage.
Now we have a follow-up question to that, too, regarding the actual implementation. And this would probably be an opportunity maybe to share with participants your experience with the delivery of the solution. The question is, how was the implementation? And can you share with the audience some of the, issues to be aware of when involved in an EDI implementation?
The implementation was pretty much seamless. Like I said, Edisoft knows the bulk of our customers. They already have their requirements on hand, so you have the templates both for the EDI inbound orders, so your 850s, your invoice templates, as well as the 940 requirements and 945s. Edisoft has, I guess, a library, if I'm correct, Calvin, of all of the templates required to run the system.
Absolutely. You know, on that note, maybe explaining to the audience as well, it just occurred to me that, you know, what's involved with addressing the 940, 945 specifications. You know, we basically, if I am correct in this, had configured our remote warehouse to work with those specifications, and that was completely done out of the box.
Absolutely. So the integration was absolutely seamless. The technicians knew exactly what needed to be done, what needed to be tested. They knew our customer requirements, so they were able to quickly not only map the 940s and any inbound orders, but the outbound as well. And I can honestly say the system was up and running in 2 days after testing. Does that answer the question? Yeah,
that's great, great, Michelle. I think another thing that may be very relevant for the audience as we talk about the implementation is how important it is to have, in your situation, a reliable ACPAC consultant that can ensure that all the mappings are done correspondingly to ACPAC.
Exactly, and I think the benefit there between Sage ACPAC and Edisoft is we're currently working with CA Plus and Edisoft, and they both know the software and its requirements for both groups of software. So I know that when I go to Edisoft technician, he knows the ins and outs of the ACPAC software and how the merchant system relates to it. And not only how their system relates to it, but also how the information is pulled into ACPAC and how it pulls the information back out of ACPAC into merchant to fulfill our customers' requirements for information coming back through on the transactions.
That's great, Michelle. Now, I'm being asked a question here, but I think in some context it might be relevant to kind of raise it to you as well. Okay. We have somebody that's a participant asking about whether we have customers in the apparel industry or other markets. And I think in your role at Article Inc., in terms of being involved in customer service and compliancy, it might be useful maybe to represent how versatile this solution could be for different markets, because you're able to kind of see it apply in Article Inc. Do you see any limitations in perhaps other industries?
I don't see any limitations. All of our customers, like I said, even though they're large box retailers and you would assume the formats are similar, they actually do have their own individual sets of requirements and specifications that are vastly different from one another. So I have the confidence that I know when I have a new customer coming aboard, Edisoft is able to manipulate or map the software in the needs that we need it to work, and it's not ever been an issue.
That's great, Michelle. I mean, what I'm going to do at this point is probably just allow for any remaining questions to be asked, and then we'll wrap up because we're coming up to the little more than the half hour.
Absolutely.
Actually, Michelle, before we wrap up, maybe I can ask you to comment in terms of Edisoft's Business Exchange Network, because we've talked a little bit about that as an additional augmented service. And maybe you can share with the audience, I mean, your view on our service offering based on information you and I have chatted about today.
Okay. So the Business Exchange, the value-added network?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. We are currently, we're in talks with moving towards the Business Exchange with Edisoft. We haven't finalized that information yet, but we are in the process of signing those contracts. What we found with the Business Exchange is that their van services are actually, the billing is going to end up saving us over the course of a year. There's no minimum billing. You're billed by KC usage, and it works out to be significantly less than some of the larger players in the van industry.
That's great, Michelle. I really appreciate you, sharing that with the audience. What I'm going to do at this point is, based on the time we have, conclude the webinar. I'd like to extend a warm thanks to you, Michelle, for participating, your willingness to share your thoughts about integrated EDI with all of us today. And would like to thank everybody that has attended today, and would anticipate you found this event beneficial. Thank you so much. At this point, I'm going to bring the webinar to a close, and I'd like to wish everybody a wonderful day. Thank you so much.